Alright, this is our third video about Holocaust. This is now the final solution. Um, the Germans actually saw the Jews as a problem. In fact, and I'll show you this video later on, one guy actually referred to them as a pestilential boil, which is a wart filled with a disease. And this is a group of people. This is humanity. How can you refer to somebody like that? It goes back to the whole mentality that Hitler had. Okay? Anyway. Now, one area had actually been experimental. It was called Treblinka. Treblinka was a concentration camp they had transformed in a way and actually outfitted with a crematoria, a burn house, as well as kind of experimentation on children, and they were doing all these different things which are ghastly and sounds like something out of a horror movie, but it really happened. So, at Treblinka, they basically decided that they were going to eliminate the Jews. They were going to put them in these crematorium and basically eliminate all the problems as they saw them. Now, also at Treblinka, they did have this guy known as Joseph Mengele, the angel of death, as he was called, and he experimented a lot of things, and he actually experimented a lot on twins. And there's a lot of really creepy things he did, but basically he's trying to, I wouldn't say study them out, he's trying to basically see the capabilities of the human, and you shouldn't be ever allowed to experiment on people like that. That's really, really strange. Now, they went through two methods before ultimately deciding on this. They first sent out a group they called the Einstengruppen. The Einstengruppen were mobile killing units. They basically rolled in, said get all the Jews together, made them dig a pit, shot them, closed it. They stopped it because they said it was too inhumane on the soldiers, meaning the people couldn't sleep at night. They were shooting, so we had to go to something else. They then went to the Helmno. Now, Helmno was a killing center, kind of northern Poland, and they used the killing trucks. And basically, they put everybody in the back. The trucks didn't go anywhere. The exhaust filled in, and it basically suffocated them. Carbon monoxide, etc., poisoning. Again, this was difficult on the soldier staff to pick out these dead bodies, and it was more that's why they ultimately ended up going with the Treblinka idea of these crematoria. Now, they held a conference in Germany called the Wannsee Conference, and a guy named Reinhard Heinrich was put in charge of what was called the final solution. And the final solution is to outfit some of these larger concentration camps with the Treblinka idea of crematorium to get rid of the bodies that were coming in. Okay? So, this is genocide. 100% in the words, and the UN in 1948, after World War II, will officially decide that genocide is a crime against humanity and it should never happen. Okay? Now, the suffix "side" means killing of, suicide, killing of oneself, homicide, killing of someone else, pesticide, etc. So genocide is actually killing of an entire race, and there's actually another word another phrase they use with it kind of interchangeably, and that is ethnic cleansing. And I actually think that's worse because, you cleanse, you try to get something dirty off you, but it's an ethnicity, it's a people. So the final solution at Wannsee was to take all the Jews and anyone else that they deemed to be unfit, and this included homosexuals, disabled, Romas, anybody, Jehovah's Witnesses, I think the Mormons, and they threw a lot of these different people that they saw would not fit into this master race in their plan, and got rid of them. Now, the most infamous of these death camps was, of course, Auschwitz, with that gate, Arbeit macht frei, which work makes you free, which was very, very, I'd say almost sadistic, because that was a lot of people's last things they saw. They thought, it was going to be work, but they were quickly reminded that was not the whole case. Now, some survivors have told their stories, and there's been many. The boy in the striped pajamas as well as a book hopefully some of you have read called Night by Elie Wiesel, who unfortunately here recently in 2016 passed away. Um, but a lot of people go, well, I don't believe in the Holocaust. I don't believe that people can be inherently that bad. Well, survivor stories have shown it did happen. Um, Now in class we'll actually read some of these people that don't believe it and kind of why and compare it and contrast it. But if these people are writing this stuff up and they're being consistent with it, it has to be true. So there has to be a reason why these people don't believe in it. All right? So that was it for the Holocaust. This really kind of changed things. Now, of course, many Americans did not find out about the Holocaust till late in the war, in the 40s, etc., as they're being liberated, etc. So don't think that we jumped in and said that we didn't like the Germans because of this, because it wasn't actually the Germans that got us involved. It was the Japanese, and we'll see that in the next 3 videos about America entering World War II.